Hello, welcome to another video. A limit like this that goes to a finite number, which is 0, requires your first move to be plugging in 0. So if I take the arctan of 0 squared, that's going to be 0, and 0 times arcsine of 0 is going to be 0 over 0 times 0, that's 0 over 0. So I say that this is of the indeterminate form 0 over 0. So it means I can use L'Hopital's rule or do some algebraic manipulation. Now, the process of taking an algebraic manipulation is going to be super long, so the most effective and efficient path to this answer is just L'Hopital's rule. So let's apply L'Hopital's rule and see what we get. Applying L'Hopital's rule simply says differentiate the top and differentiate the bottom. Now, if you don't know how to differentiate arctan or arcsine, that's going to be a problem. So you better know. I did that in other videos, so I'm just going to go ahead and write what the derivatives are because you're supposed to have practiced this. Okay, so let's just go and say that by L'Hopital's rule, we're still having the limit as x approaches 0 of the derivative of this. We'll have to apply the chain rule. It has to be this. It has to be the derivative of arctan x squared multiplied by the derivative of the inside. So we apply the chain rule to this, the derivative of x squared divided by, we apply the product rule here, which is going to be x times the derivative of arcsine x. Okay, I write it this way, plus we differentiate the first, which is the derivative of x, times, you keep the second, which is arcsine x. So this is basically what we're writing. And if we write this, this is going to be equal to the limit as x approaches 0 of the derivative of arcsine x squared is basically, arctan x squared is 1 over x squared plus 1. That's it. So whenever you take the derivative of an arctan, it is the argument squared plus 1 under 1 multiplied by the derivative of x squared, which is going to be 2x, and all of this divided by, well, it's going to be x times, what's the derivative of arcsine? Well, you need to know that it is x times 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. That's the derivative of arcsine. So I'm writing every bit of it out so we can see it. And then the derivative of x is 1. So this is plus 1 times arcsine of x. So this is what we have. Now, as soon as you do this, before you even start cleaning up, you want to see if you can get the answer straight by plugging in x equals 0. Now, if I plug in x equals 0, I'm going to get 1 over 0 plus 1, which gives me 1 over 1, okay, times 0. So the top is going to end up becoming 0. And what I have here is going to be 0 plus 0, because this is going to be 0, and this is 0 times anything will still be 0. So I end up with 0 over 0 again. It is this indeterminate form that is repeated. So this is still indeterminate form 0 over 0. That means I need to do another L'Hopital's rule application. But before you can differentiate a second time, it's better to clean up. There's going to be the limit as x goes to 0 of, we have 2x over, here we're going to have x to the 4th plus 1 divided by, so we have this divided by, if we clean this up, it's going to be x over, let's just write it out first, it's going to be x over the square root of 1 minus x squared plus arcsine of x. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by the two denominators that I see, this and this. So what I'm going to do to clean this up is to multiply the top by the two denominators, which are going to be x to the fourth plus 1 times the square root of x of 1 minus x squared. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to multiply x squared, x to the fourth plus 1 times the square root of 1 minus x squared. So if we try to clean this up at this point, we're going to multiply this by this, and we know that this will take this out, so that what is left is going to be the limit as x approaches 0 of, we're going to have 2x times the square root of 1 minus x squared. That's all, we're done. You see, this method is always good to clear complicated fractions. Now we're going to use this to multiply each of these terms, and we know that this will take this out, so that the first term in the denominator is going to be x times this, and x times this is going to be x to the fifth plus x. So we're going to have x to the fifth plus x plus, if we multiply this by this, well, nothing cancels out, so it means we're going to just write everything out. Okay, so this is going to be plus arcsin of x multiplied by x to the fourth plus 1 multiplied by the square root of 1 minus x squared. So everything is still here. Okay, so we know that if we already tried that here, this is just the simplified version. We know that if we decide, okay, if we decide to plug in x at this point, we're going to get 0 over 0, because this is going to be 0 times, everything becomes 0 on top, and this is 0, 0, this is 0, this, but 0 times anything gives us 0 again. So we have to do L'Hopital's rule one more time. So if we do L'Hopital's rule one more time, let's see what we get. This is going to be the limit as x goes to 0. Now, I don't have enough space, but I want you to see what's going to be on top and what's going to be under. So let's create the line for the top. Maybe I should write it first, or maybe I can, no, let's write it first. So what would be the derivative of the top? We have to apply the chain rule again. I mean the product rule and the chain rule. So the product rule is, now this 2 can actually move here. Okay, I can move this 2 behind the limit because it's multiplying the entire expression. So let's rewrite this. So we can write our answer as 2 times the limit as x goes to 0 of, so what I have is just x times this. So I'm taking the limit of, the derivative of this. Applying the product rule is going to be keep the first and differentiate the second. If I differentiate this, what I'm going to get will be, you have to get used to it, is the derivative of the inside, that's minus 2x over 2 times the derivative, 2 times this, 2 times the function itself. That's it. All radical functions, this is what you do for them. Okay, and we know that this will cancel this, and this x will multiply. So this x is standing is x over 1. Don't forget. So x times x is x squared. This 2 cancels this 2. So we're getting something like this, negative x squared as our derivative. Okay, now we're going to differentiate the first, which is just x. Remember, this 2 has moved to the back. So if we differentiate x, we get 1. And then we leave the second one, which is thus the square root of 1 minus x squared. Okay, that's what we get on top. What do we get under? Let's clean up the top first. We have to multiply this by 1 minus x squared and multiply the top also by 1 minus x squared. If we do that, we know that this is going to become minus x squared. This is going to be minus x squared plus, if you multiply this by this, this is going to become just 1 minus x squared. And now they share a common denominator, which is going to be 1 minus x squared. Nice. Okay, we're going to come back to that eventually. But let's get the derivative of the denominator, which is where the work is. The derivative of this is just 5x to the fourth. The derivative of this is plus 1. The derivative of this, now because this is a triple, you're multiplying 3 functions, you will have to keep the first 2, differentiate the third, then keep the last 2, differentiate the first, then keep the first and the last and differentiate the middle. That's the rule for differentiating 3 things. That's the product rule. We've done the derivative of the first 2, so now I'm going to keep the first 2. That's arcsin x to the fourth plus 1. And then I take the derivative of this. We already know what the derivative of this is. The derivative of this is usually, we said it's going to be minus 2x minus x over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Okay? Remember, it's going to be the derivative of 1 minus x squared, which is equal to the derivative of 1 minus x squared raised to power 1/2. You want to take the derivative, applying the chain rule, it will be equal to half of 1 minus x squared raised to negative 1/2 times the derivative of the inside is minus 2x. So you notice that if you write this as a fraction, it's going to be 1/2 of the square root of 1 over 1 minus x squared times negative 2x. This 2 will cancel this 2, so you have your answer to be negative x over this. So that's what we're going to have. It's going to be minus x over the square root of 1 minus x squared. So we're done with the first derivative, keeping this and differentiating that. Next move, we're going to keep the next 2 and differentiate this. So let's put a plus sign here. Plus, we differentiate the first. If we differentiate arcsin, what do we get? We get 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. And then we keep the next 2. That will be times x to the fourth plus 1 times the square root of 1 minus x squared. But we know that this will cancel this out. Okay? If this cancels this out, all we have left is just x to the fourth plus 1. Now for the third one, we're going to keep this and differentiate the middle. And that's easy because this is 4x cubed and that's it. So it's going to be plus, let's write it here, plus arcsin of x times 4x cubed times the square root of 1 minus x squared. So all of this, what I've written here, is what's going to be in the denominator. So just to make the work presentable, I'm going to clean this up to become 1 minus 2x squared over this. And I'm going to clean this up and make it a long chain of expression. And then we're going to see whether plugging in our x equals 0 for this limit will give us an answer. Okay, I hope I did a good job copying what we did. So this is what was on the top, simplified. Not really simplified, but I just want to leave it that way because I don't have to simplify. And this is what was on the bottom, okay? The first differentiation, and then we did the product rule, which gave us 3 different expressions. This was the first, this was the second, and this was the third. So now let's see what we get. Whew. If we plug in 0 now, our answer is going to be 2 times, see what we have. On top, I'm going to have 1 minus 0, and then I have the square root of 1 minus 0. So this is 1 over 1, which gives me 1. Nice. In the bottom, what would I get? This is going to be 0 plus 1. So I'm going to have 0 plus 1 plus, this is 0. And 0 times anything is 0. So this entire term is 0. I go here, this is going to be 0 plus 1. That gives me 1. Nice. Plus 1 plus, what do I get here? This is going to be 0 times, 0. So that's what we have. What does it look like? It looks like 2 times 1 over 2. That's going to be 1. So all the work we've done is to get a limit of 1. I'll see you in the next video. Never stop learning. Those who stop learning have stopped living. Bye-bye.